But I want you to know, and I also want the citizens of Ukraine to know, that the hearts of Spanish men and women are with you, and that in our hands there will also be until a just and lasting peace is achieved, and, of course, also Ukraine's European horizon, its belonging to the European Union, to the family they wish to belong to. They have also requested from us, as it cannot be otherwise, urgent solidarity to be able to face this winter and protect their population from the cold and supply cuts and from the Russian bombs. And I have assured the government of Ukraine, President Zelensky, that Spain will respond to that call, as we have been doing since the beginning of this invasion. I have also conveyed two important announcements that I would now like to share with the media, the Spanish public, and, of course, the Ukrainian public. First, I have shared with President Zelensky that over the next month, Spain will mobilize a new package of military support to Ukraine amounting to 615 million euros. This package will include, first, the delivery of new defensive equipment with an approximate value of 300 million euros and as part of our bilateral security agreement, which, as you will recall, amounts to 1 billion euros, which we have also committed this year in terms of security with Ukraine. Secondly, along with those 300 million euros, the transfer of 100 million euros to NATO's Pearl program, which will be used to finance the urgent, accelerated acquisition of defense systems that the Ukrainian armed forces need. And finally, the transfer of 215 million euros through the SAFE instrument created by the European Commission, which the media present here will recall, and which will allow covering the production costs that will allow the production of anti-drone systems, reconnaissance radars, air surveillance, many of which, as you know, are developed by Spanish companies. Along with this package of 615 million euros that I have just shared with you, I have informed President Zelensky that our country will deploy from today a new financial support instrument equipped with 200 million euros to boost the reconstruction of Ukraine. This instrument will be coordinated by the new Spanish Office for the Reconstruction of Ukraine, which, as you know, was opened 2 months ago. I also want to share with the media that Spain will launch a joint project that particularly excites us with the United Nations to rebuild the central heating system of the Ukrainian town of Samar, which has been heavily affected by the war, to restore heating to more than 28,000 residents of this town, which will have an approximate cost of 2 million euros. In total, we are therefore talking about Spain mobilizing 817 million euros, first to support the Ukrainian army in its defense for the freedom and territorial integrity of Ukraine against the invader, secondly to protect its civilian population, and finally to promote the reconstruction and modernization of the damaged infrastructure.
Today we have dedicated a lot of time to talk about our defense, our defensive cooperation, in a context of constant attacks by Russia. Spain's willingness to continue supporting us is very important. We are consecutively grateful to Spain. Step by step, it is fulfilling our bilateral cooperation agreements, and this gives confidence that the support will be renewed annually. 1 billion annually is a very important support. We appreciate the additional contributions that today we have added to the program for the 100 million euros for this because it will help us purchase anti-air defense missiles. Now we also have the agreement of Spain's participation in the SAFE program for more than 200 million euros in our joint production in the defense industry. It will be very notable and very important for the future. It is an example for other European countries to follow Spain's example. We are ready for the joint production of high-precision weaponry and this new military aid package for anti-air defense missiles. As we precisely lack these means, they are very important. 40 of this type of IRIS-T missiles for us in as part of a 300 million package, it will significantly help us. Thank you. We would like to activate the diplomatic channel. It is important to have the support of our partners for this. To form a united front, a diplomatic front, so that the war ends and that it is a fair end to this war. It is very important for us. What we have seen today is a step forward in that direction, so that the armored vehicles that Ukraine has the capacity to manufacture by a quantity of 4,000 per year, and we also have that demand. They know that where we can manufacture more than we demand, Our priority is to promote co-production to thereby have income and allocate those revenues to the weapons in which we are deficient, such as drones. Today, what has been signed is the beginning of a unique collaboration. When we work through Pearl and buy some weapon from the United States in winter, and this package is for winter, we are focusing on missiles, PAK-3, the biggest deficit. We are trying to find money, especially for Patriot systems, for missiles.
We have just learned about the proposal, the menu of different options that the European Commission has put forward. We are having internal discussions within the government of Spain. But from the beginning, I can indeed convey to you that the government of Spain has always maintained the same position. And that is that frozen Russian assets should indeed be used for the reconstruction of the country that is being invaded by, in this case, Russia.
For us, it will be a meeting, possibly long, possibly complicated, possibly short. We'll see. I believe I have a good relationship with President Erdogan. We will start talking. We have some initial positions from the United States. We will see what tomorrow holds for us.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.